I want to make sure I acknowledge my wife, Maria, who's walking out. Mariana got scared. She gets scared. So, Mariana and I have been a team on this, and we decided that we were going to run for the seat when we had our boy almost 11 months ago. Almost a year ago. And I was on my paternity leave, and it was all the reasons why not to do this. And it's a tough gig to have, and people will tell you some people have worked there, and definitely the work that we've been doing. But when Emiliano was born, it all crystallized for me, completely crystallized, because it was very clear from the work that we were doing. It was only the work that I've been doing for my whole life, organizing parents, working at the board to push for these reforms. But when Emiliano was born, and we looked around the schools in our neighborhood, most of those schools were underperforming, and Wilson High School was on the public school choice list, which would have been his home school. And for us, even though everything said we shouldn't do this is going to be the toughest year for us, we decided we have to do this. Because not only is it about fighting for Emiliano, but it's a fight for all the kids in the district who need someone to fight for them. And that's why this race is so important for me. Because for me, it all started for me, when I was at a storefront on Whittier Boulevard, and it began with this vision of we wanted to create a movement on the east side to improve our schools. We were a crazy group of 3 or 4 people that thought that we could actually organize parents and students to begin to transform this district. And for me, that's always at the center of the work that I try to do. Because it's going to be parents and students that are going to hold this district accountable to finally transform this district. And it doesn't matter what zip code you live in, what area of the city you live in, or be it the southeast, the northeast, or the east side, everyone deserves a quality education. And I think that's what everyone in this room is committed to. Because for us, that is the fight in front of us. And that's why this election is so key. It's either about a simple proposition I keep telling folks. It's either about moving forward or moving backwards. Stopping the stuff that we believe will eventually transform this district, or allowing a high dropout rate to continue, allowing the fact that a lot of our kids are not getting a fighting chance in our schools, which is what we're fighting for. That's all we're asking for. We want to make sure every kid gets a fighting chance. Because we understand that today, our kids are not only competing against folks in San Francisco or New York, our kids are competing against folks in China, in India, in Latin America. And our kids right now don't have a fighting chance to do that. I always love to tell about the statistic. So, one of the first things I did, I went to go meet the trades at their new training center in Commerce. And there's the electrician union. And they told me that only 20% of our kids, only 20% of our graduates are passing the exam to be an apprentice electrician out of our district. I mean, that's dreadful numbers. And we know a lot of the other numbers that we know about. But for me, that really brought it home. Because not only are we not preparing our kids for college, but we're not preparing our kids for the quality jobs in our neighborhood. And that in itself should create the crisis that we need to do this work in. So for me, this work began with the work I began as a community organizer, as an educator. Will continue because I have skin in the game for a long time now with Emiliano with me. And for me, this work is about all of us working together. I'm proud to have formed one of the strongest and biggest coalitions in this race. Because for me, the message has always been, it's not about me, it's about we. Because it's so easy for the bureaucracy or for folks that don't want change to say no to me. But it's going to be hard to say no to the coalition that we've built. And that coalition is going to come with me, not only when we win on May 17th, because we're going to win on May 7th. That's right. The day after, the day I'm sworn in, because that's the kind of coalition we need to change our schools. We're fighting against these belief systems sometimes that say that our kids can't learn. We're fighting against belief systems that say our kids can't go to college. And we have to fight that tooth and nail every day, every time. Because we have to teach every kid, every parent, like it's our own mother, like it's our own kid. And that's what we have to fight. And that's why I'm committed to doing this work. And this has been a tough race. Some of you all have been following because you live in the district. Some of you all have been following from the outside. And you've seen how much money has been spent in this race. Right? At this point, it's been almost $3 million been spent between the primary and the general. But for me, what it represents is there must be something that we're worth fighting for if that much money is spent to stop. And that's what I believe in. And that's what brings it all home. The other day when I was meeting with these parents who are from the UFW, I'm proud to say the UFW endorsed me last Thursday. And the Lord endorsed me on Monday. And I think that says volumes for the work that we're doing here. Because even though the teachers union is spending close to $2 million against me, when progressive labor folks are on our side like that, they understand that we're creating a different path. Because our fight is not only about making sure that folks have quality jobs in the schools, but they understand this is a working class fight for their kids. Every person that's part of those unions understands that they want their kids to have better chances, so they don't have to fight for these meager wages or these bad jobs. They want their kids to have another fighting chance. And that's why I understand that this coalition is bigger than me, bigger than us, because we're trying to actually get to a place that this area has never seen before. And for me, that's what it's all about. So each of you here today are part of that. Each of you are adding to make sure that we bring it home on May 17th, that we get our message out, that we tell everyone about a message of hope for this district. Because I think the reason our message has resonated throughout this district, in our mail, in our walking, is because people want something different than what they see every day in their schools. They want more parent involvement. They want a candidate who says, we want more parents involved, we want changes in our school, and they see it every day. I always love to say this line by Stephen Biko, who's a South African freedom fighter under apartheid. He said this line, said, it's not our job to convince people that they have failing schools or they're fighting unemployment. That's not our job. Our job is to create a vehicle so they don't accept that. Right? To put them in a place that they don't have to accept failing schools, they don't have to accept this high dropout rate, because when that begins to happen, nothing's going to stop this movement. No one's going to stop any of us in this room. It's definitely not going to stop me, because we know that we're on the right side of history. And we need to continue doing that work. So I'm going to ask all of you here today that Tuesday, May 17th is such a key date. I want each of you, whoever could be out there, to be there out there as long as possible, from 2 to 8, 3 to 8, 5 to 8. Because our job that day is to turn out those voters. That's the most important thing. Because the other side is running a dirty, dirty campaign. They're betting on the fact that a lot of voters won't come out to this race. And worse off, their campaign is based on suppressing the Latino vote. It's a smart strategy, but it's a very, in my view, evil strategy. Right? Because I'm all about making sure we engage, energize more parents in our district. And those are the parents we want to engage to turn around our schools. So it's really upon us, hopefully as many of you all can come out that day, send the message out, tell people how important this election is. Because each of us, it's not about a vote on May 17th, but it really is about a vote that will impact the lives of over 600,000 kids and hundreds of thousands of families. LAUSD is depending on us. The kids are depending on us, and more importantly, our area is depending on us. So hopefully you all come out, because we're going to win on May 17th. We're going to continue this work. We're going to continue fighting for everything that we're fighting for. Thank you once again for being here. More pictures here.